2 shortcuts to drastically cut down on note-taking time during depositions. If you're a deposition interpreter, you know that time is of the essence, and you want to take as little time as possible writing notes so that you can focus on a good, accurate rendition. So here are 2 shortcuts to help you do that. The first thing, don't draw or write the same thing twice. If you have experience with depositions, you know that there are times where attorneys will ask questions that have the same information multiple times. For example, dates will come out, the same date will come out multiple times, the same name or the same location will come out multiple times. So to give you an example, let's say that the attorney asks, where did the incident occur? And the deponent answers 328 South Lawrence Avenue. And this is how you write out the address. So then there are more questions that come out, and a few questions later, the attorney asks, what were you doing on that day at 328 South Lawrence Avenue? So maybe when the attorney asks that question, you write question mark, what were you doing on that day at 328 South Lawrence Avenue? Now, some people might write out the address again. Don't. Instead of writing out the full address again, where you already wrote it, draw an arrow here. So now this is your new sentence. What were you doing on that day at 328 South Lawrence Avenue? So now you can see how much you've cut down on time, because instead of writing out this entire address again, you've just drawn an arrow. And you can do this for dates, names, locations, situations, anything like this. So that is the first shortcut. Don't draw or write the same thing 2 times. Second, no matter how many symbols you memorize and work out, you're bound to come across a word that you don't have a symbol for. In that scenario, sometimes people will get caught up thinking about a word or abbreviation or what's a good picture to use and this and that. If you don't have a symbol, draw the first thing that comes to mind. The very first thing that comes to mind, just run with it. Let's take, for example, he was hiding behind the curtain. Now, most people don't have a symbol for curtain because curtain is not that common in depositions. But let's say you have he was hiding behind a curtain, and the first picture that comes to mind when you think of a curtain is something like this. And you want to say he was hiding behind there, just run with it. Now, he was hiding behind the curtain. Whatever is the first thing that comes to mind, whatever is the first picture that comes to mind that is simple, just run with it. Because it's so time consuming to try and think about what word you're going to write, or even to write out the entire word. If there is a way to avoid writing out an entire word, especially because many words are long, then you should do that. So there you have it. 2 shortcuts to drastically cut down on note-taking time during depositions. The first one, do not write the same thing twice. Just draw an arrow. Second thing, if you don't have a picture, if you don't have a symbol already prepared, just draw the first thing that comes to mind. Use these and be able to cut down on your note-taking time and increase your accuracy during your depositions.